Ready. Play.
Again, we had at least one of these two, which was a cracker. Madison Keys winning 7-5 in the third over Sofia Kenin. Baptiste coming through in straight sets. I had a good feeling for the American, actually, in terms of optimism for her winning that match, and she ended up prevailing 7-6, 6-1. Vanch, do you want to elaborate on either or both of these two encounters?
I think Keys versus Kenin was maybe the most dramatic, most exciting match of the day because Kenin went
Match
up
of the
3-1.
tournament?
Yeah, matches of the tournament. Like something you'll look back on, you'll be like, oh yeah, that was a pivotal moment in the championships. And I mean, Keys calendar slam lives on now, but I think you know 3-love up. Kenin was in the third set, and so at this point, I still didn't. Even though Kenin went up 3-love, I'm like thinking Keys still has a chance here. Like Kenin isn't known for closing out these kind of big wins against top players in a long time. So I still felt like there was going to be some wobble, and it came sure enough at 3-1. And then Keys was just putting herself in positions to come back, get the break, and then but the real drama was probably at 4-5 when she saved those 3 match points. And Kenin missed a backhand return on one of them. The other one they had like a 3 or 4 shot rally, and then Kenin hit a ball in the net. I forget exactly how it went, but the third match point is the one I'll always remember because that's when Keys went for this backhand cross court winner, and she was in a sort of defensive position, but she just went full throttle and pulled the trigger on this one and hit a clean winner. And her backhand had been kind of misfiring throughout the whole match. I think she had made 20 plus unforced errors on that wing, going for like the same shot. And then match point, she just has the courage to like go for it, and it works. She gets out of that game. She serves. She wasn't completely out of the game then. It was like back and forth, due side, and then after that, she gets the break, and she still wasn't playing with that much margin. Honestly, at 5-all, it was a little unsustainable, but she got the break, and then she served really well in the final game. And it's just like one of those wins that I don't know if she would get if she hadn't won the Australian Open. So for her, it was like, she was so close to getting out of this tournament. So I don't think she wins that match. I don't think she wins that match a year ago, even.
Courage has defined her year.
Yeah.
I mean, it defined her Australian Open, I think, in so many respects. And maybe even now will ultimately define her career. And yet we probably never would have used that exact word with her 7-8 months ago. I think I even asked her to elaborate on that in Strasbourg quite famously last year, much to her chagrin. But I'm very pleased that she did get over the line in Australia. And she certainly got over the line today. Damien, do you want to elaborate either on this match, which you've described as the match of the tournament, but also Baptiste against Busas Manero?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of elaborating on Baptiste Busas Manero. Second match point, by the way, was a 5-shot rally. She was on top from the get-go, and she forces an error from Kenin. But the third one was pretty much the only one that Sofia had anything to say. And first one was a really good kick serve from Madison as well. Yeah, indeed. I think the fact that she's still going for this calendar Grand Slam, she's not thinking about it, but we've talked about it many times that the pressure is off right now. She's basically achieved every single thing that she wanted. And as long as this doesn't get to like ridiculous levels, which is, she wins the French and maybe she's starting to think about some bigger stuff, like either winning the Grand Slam this year or maybe in years to come. Definitely, I think she's playing with a very clean head or a clear head right now. And she was able to keep her cool. Very disappointing for Kenin, as Nurlan said in the chat. I mean, Kenin has had a tremendous season. Like if you compare it to last year, where she had maybe 3 or 4 good matches and was at a very negative win-loss record, right now she's actually pulling it off consistently. I think to me she's been more impressive than in 2020, which I still consider her to be like a very random slam winner. But right now I can kind of see it. Right now I'm getting a little bit more like used to the idea that okay, maybe she wasn't so random after all. And for her to have a chance to get into a slam second week for after 4 years, I think it was obviously pretty brutal. Was she a little too passive on these match points? Tough to say. I mean, the one that she was on top in, let's say at least a little bit ahead in the rally. Obviously, Madison finds that ridiculous shot, super flat, 0 net clearance, goes for it. She takes it. That's what she's been doing all year, as you guys said. So Baptiste obviously looks like an opponent she probably will also defeat. And then we'll see. I guess it will be a Goff or somebody in the next round.
Is it that clear cut, Vanch, that Keys beats Baptiste?
I think there will be some tricky moments though, because Baptiste, I've been impressed with her all court game. Like she does have really good, like comes in, she'll slice approach, she plays a lot of these like fun points. She reminds me a little bit of Frances Tiafoe on the men's side, where she will just like entertain, make it like super fun and flashy. She has like a good slice backhand too. Like she's fun. She's really fun to watch. He's probably has a little too much firepower, I think. Like she's as good as she is right now, and like moving the ball around the court, coming forward, like finishing off points in these like unique ways. I don't think she quite has the firepower to live with Keys from the back yet. But if Keys is a little bit off, and when she's off, she can be really off for a set or a set in a bit. It could get very tricky. Like, and she's playing a fellow American. They probably practice together a ton. So I still think Baptiste has a puncher's chance, but I would be picking Keys.
Yeah, I mean, they played each other 3 times. Keys has won 2 of those 3. One of them coming in Indian Wells last year. So in a way, that kind of bodes well for both players in a way. In that I think Baptiste can at least make this competitive. They've also played on clay once before in Charleston. That was a very comfortable win, albeit in 2023 for Madison. And the one win for Baptiste coming in 2019 in Washington at the WTA. I think it's a 500, isn't it, Vanch, that you'll know very well from working there on the ground last year. Damien, have you got some...
like 10 years old at the time. I mean, how old is she?
Baptiste is that old? No, that's true. Let's have a look to see
how
old she is.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that she probably got a wild card for DC, just like Frances has been getting them since like 2014, 2015.
Oh, definitely. But like, I think she must have been like 17, 16. I don't know.
Yeah, she's born in 2001, so I think 18. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, she was born in 2001. Funny.
Yeah.
Vanch,
Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's on Keys's racket. Like, I don't really care what Baptiste is going to do in this match. It's pretty much on whether Madison is gonna have one of her better days or not. Considering this event, you know, she gets like Daria Savil and is just crashing her, for example. I suppose she will be fine, but
it's a good prediction in unnecessary 3 sets. I could see that.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.